diagnosed with cancer in June. So I probably took this around September, and I was doing chemotherapy and radiation at the same time. I was like, nah, I can't. So I stopped for a whole year. But then I started doing my research after I started healing. I was like, yo, this cancer's gonna come back. And when it came back, I was like, I have to call this dude. And he was like, yo, he's a healer. Like, he's a shaman. Like, a legit, been to 100 some countries around the world. He's a shaman. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, I need you. He was like, yo, if you want to do it, you gotta go all the way. So I'm like, all right, bet. So he gives me this package. Like, it's the weirdest fucking thing. The fucking cough drops that you get from CVS. Like, but mixed in, it's like the most divine fucking thing in the world. Anyway, and a pound of this shit is $19,000. But anyway, I take it. He tells me to take 0.25 grams, okay? So I'm like, alright, bet. I take the 0.25 grams, and an hour goes by, and nothing happened. I'm just sitting there listening to Lauryn Hill. I'm like, man, I'm about to turn up. So I take another 0.25, and I'm still chilling, but then it starts to take me. And Erin can attest to this, because she took this shit. It's slow. Once it hits you, it takes you. Like paralysis. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. I fall asleep, right? All of a sudden I wake up out of my sleep and I'm like this, over the bed, going up like this. I can't move my body. Paralysis, Erin? Mm-hmm. You remember?
I remember.
Paralysis, like paralysis. So I'm like this, right? My girlfriend's right here. I can't move my body. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is happening? Going up, going up, going up, going up. And all I see is this. I'm like,
whoa, what?
Yeah, hear me out. Yeah, and all I see is this. I have no idea what this is. I'm just there like this. And I'm like, yo, she was like, you want me to call an ambulance? Like crying and shit. I'm like, yo, just let me chill, chilling. So I stay like this for 4 hours. 4 hours, right? So this goes from black and white to purple. And I'm like, fuck, right? So, after 4 hours, I wake up and I come out of it. My girlfriend starts giving me water and shit, right? So, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So then, days go by, I'm seeing shit like, like, the sky's a little bluer. Yo, like, the world looked different. It looked different. And I started, my mind was like, So I'm on YouTube, and I just run across a video of this.
Of course you did.
So I'm like,
of course you did.
I'm like, Fibonacci, huh?
Yeah.
I've been to Italy. I've been to Leonardo da Vinci's museum. I've been, you know, and all these dots start fucking connecting. I'm just like, alright. So I started learning about the Fibonacci sequence, the golden mean, and basically it represented a paradigm shift in my mind. It really, and this will tie into my intelligent design theory, but let me.
I love that you have so many ideas.
Synthesizing. My life is synthesizing, but to expound on this, what happened was I had another vision that it played my whole life to the left, like this, like backwards, like I was here looking, and my whole life, my past was like this. It was a reel. And it took me back to that time where I had that memory. And you know what?
What?
Hold on, I'll tell you. Let me tie it together real quick. It took me back to my first memory in life. I'm gonna tell you what my first memory in life was. And I'm gonna tie it into the drugs too. My first memory in life was of my grandmother. My grandmother had schizophrenia, okay? And I remember her mouth. And in my old apartment, I was 3 years old. And I'm gonna tie this in. There's a hallway here, and there's a hallway here, right? My grandmother's right there, and I'm here. I'm fucking frozen. I'm frozen in fear. That is my first memory in life. I didn't know my first memory in life until I took that medicine. it played back my whole life. It played back my whole life. And it took me back to my first memory in life. And it was a memory of fear. It was a memory of my grandmother chasing me because she had schizophrenia because hemp was illegal. And what happened when hemp was legalized in the early 1900s and marijuana was legalized in the early 1900s? World War I happened. And what happened in World War I? They were going to say it was for this or for that. But what was it really for? It was for poppy. And then what happened every other war after that? World War II was fucking heroin, oil, whatever. You name it, we're extracting resources. And what did we do with those resources? We manipulated the healthcare system and we polluted fucking 3 generations that included my grandmother. So what did we do? Instead of giving them marijuana for medicine, we gave them opium or heroin and we mixed it with chemicals. We concocted cancer. We concocted autism. We concocted bang, 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 bang. There was none of this shit before. Why the fuck do we care so much about the health shit? They're controlling. Yo, they're manipulating.
They said they use LSD to practice if they can do mind control with that.
So basically, my grandmother, my life was the result of an experiment, yo, to manipulate my socioeconomic status.
Oh my God, that ties a lot of stuff there too.
Yeah, my socioeconomic status was going to determine my life. I was going to fail 8 different ways. I didn't have a dad. My mom was a little off. Poor. I lived with killers next door. Like, I seen somebody get murdered. Like, I was supposed to die 84 ways. But let me keep it to the cancer. My first memory in life was a memory of fear of my grandmother, right? The first time I took that medicine, what did it do? It took me back to where I was supposed to be. Remember I told you?
Wait.
The first time a year ago that I took the medicine, I saw the kaleidoscope. It took me to the moment that my life went from happiness to fear. And it was like start over. But in order to do it, I had to tell the truth.
You just connected some with the fact
I connected the dots, B.
Oh my.
Yo, I connected the dots of my life.
That's so awesome.
But you know what? I can't even say I did it. My friend did it. Because he gave me the medicine. It's not marijuana.
One did it. You as your expression, as the expression of yourself.
And you know what?
It gave it to you because you needed to.
Yeah, and
so beautiful.
And it wasn't even me. I'm the vessel. It was God that did it. It was God that did it.
That's so fucking
It was God that did it.
Exactly.
But that's how I cured my cancer, man. And it's curable for everybody. There's a woman, and I'm gonna reach out to this woman who was 85 pounds on her deathbed, who had tumors in her brain, in her stomach, in her pancreas, all over her body. They gave her 1 hour to live. And she fell into a meditation that told her why she had cancer. I can pull up her TED Talk right now, right? And she had the exact same vision. So this is what happened to her. This is what happened. She went from having a 1 hour to live with tumors in her brain the size of fucking volleyball, the size of her head, in her stomach. In 5 hours, the tumor shrunk by 70%. In, 3 months, she was cancer-free. Or no, 5 months, she was cancer-free. That was in 2006. And she's still alive. She went from having 1 hour to live to having tumors in her head, in her whole body. And you know what she explained in her vision? She said, when she went to that meditation, and I can co-sign this, it was like having a flashlight. Your life is a fucking flashlight, and you just go like this. You're in a warehouse with the flashlight. But once you get in that other space and you turn the light on in the warehouse, you see it all. But that's what happens when you do a DMT trip or an ayahuasca trip. You go in that, you turn the light on. Yeah. And when you see it all, you're like, holy shit.
I know.
And some people can't get out of that.
Yeah.
And they stay there and they die.
Yeah.
Or half of them be in, half of them be out, and then they'll be roaming the streets. They'll be roaming the streets. So that's why I'm not fucking with DMT or ayahuasca. Because I don't know how I'm going to go in and out.
Well, you know what's interesting about that DMT story is I watched this. So I thought my friend was like, "Oh yeah, I got some DMT," and I was just all like, "Dude, literally like a week ago, I thought I wouldn't be able to taste this drug, but now I'm able to do it." So I was like, "Let's go." I've been wanting to, so like intention had led me to it. Then I went out with camping with like my classmates, which was kind of super random that we did this, and like I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take it sober just 'cause I want to be like fresh in mind. But now we got fucked up, so I was like, oh, okay, no, I'm about to do it now. All right, so then like I took it out of the pipe, and then like I just remember as soon as I like took it, I was just all like, dang, I had never felt so immediately one way and then tired, real tired in the next moment. So I was all like, fuck. So then I started talking, I was like talking it out, then I was like, fuck. We just got here. I can't just go to sleep on these motherfuckers. So I was fighting it. I was like, yo, I'm about to just talk it out, man, but damn if I wasn't tired. So the reason why I say all that is because that's interesting you say that, because I had a moment because later, like a month later, I was like, no wonder I was tired. I was supposed to fall asleep. I'm supposed to go into the state and then have it induced, but I didn't do that. I just tried to rally my hardest, right? And like then I was like, man, nothing happened. I just really felt tired. And then for you to say that, man, you know, it would just make me think like, what if I did go in and I didn't get out then?
Yeah. Because my friend told me, my friend has
that's fucking so, because I could have just easily been, because that's a simple thing. Like that's like common knowledge to me, but at that moment it wasn't, and it's very common to me that I knew to do that. I don't mean to make this all sad.
No, that's what we're here for, to talk, yo. Because, yo, she has helped me so much by just listening to me, and like she's been throwing stuff back at me, and I just been like, that's why. Like the aha moment you had, but I would have never had that without the back and forth. Like, so that's why these conversations are so important.
Absolutely, that's why I was. And when me and Erin were talking earlier, she was just all like, "Oh yeah," like she was all like, "Oh yeah," if it all flows out. But as we kept talking, I told Julian this, and I told like my friends this. I'm like, you don't understand. Like, if we were just to talk, like and endlessly talk, we would figure out everything we would ever need to figure out. If we would just sit and talk, but no one talks, especially on in a very empathetic, emphatic, deep, and guttural level.
Right.
So like and again they're closed mind, like you said, because most people have been, you know, programmed and controlled to the point of like, you know, that's why this. But it's interesting you say that, because like, you know, I don't know if you think the world's like good or bad or whatever have you, like Donald Trump, you're saying like he just like takes shit, right? But like it's always those things in history where people are like this isn't right, and like it's just like you said, you look at your whole history. The fucking Celestine Prophecy, I was just have you read that book?
No.
And so it literally talks about like when you're saying earlier, you like your mom and your dad, they both have like a life question. Everybody has their own life question. You inherit it from your parents. And so when you were talking about how you extracted that from your mom, extracted that, it's like, yeah, because when you look at humans and when you look at yourself, you have to look at your life. It's not just a single instance. Like you said, you saw the whole thing. So you're literally confirming all this shit. Anyway, so to connect all these consciousness back to you, it's so fucking cool. Alright, so the fact that you had that connection right there, and it was saying how humans in the same way can't be looked at as this is how it is, because we're all of human history put together. We're the evolution of the human to this moment now.
Preach, my brother.
We're the evolution to this moment now.
Right.
So when we look back, we say we came from cave people. That's why we have tendencies. Then we have this, and that's why we have instincts. And then we did this, and we went through ebbs and flows. There was the Dark Age, and then there was the Renaissance. There was all these things in history. We know about them, but they're all scattered events in time. Whereas it's all one. It's all a flowing channel that is in us right now in this particular moment. And
a moment within a moment within a moment within a moment.
And it's just all these, yes, it's an infinite amount of moments. That's why when people, the people understand conceptually these ideas, and they'll be like, oh, like, if someone were to be like, you know, you already are who you want to be. You already are who you want to be. All you have to do is just step into that. So, it's like, that's understandable. It's like, yeah, I already am who I want to be, and I can change my mindset. It's like, yes. But at the same time, like you said, there's infinite nows. So in every infinite now, I could just be standing over there. In an infinite now, I'm wearing a red shirt. In an infinite now, I'm not wearing this thing. In an infinite now, the Samsung didn't have just a Samsung. So many minute things can be like, if you just look around and like the atom in this computer could be over here instead of right here. Like it could be so small. Every single moment is happening in this now. Because there's only now ever. There is no, those are conceptions because we live in time, but there's only now happening. only now happening. All the future, all the past, right now. It's in this smack dab right here, and we're just flowing through it. But like you said, if people can understand that, they go, you really are that person right now. You really are, and you have some cheat codes. Yes. You know what you're gonna do. You know what you are, like what you are. Yes. Dang, this nigga's probably waking up, bro. I mean, I know this dude probably talked to this person. I know this dude. Like, you know what that person. You are them. Yeah. You can just go talk to him and be like, damn, what's that nigga doing? What's that nigga doing? You might, because
like
we've lost our connection to like the more powerful powers. I say we can't immediately be like, okay, yeah, and we're fractured in time, so this person is not the same as that person. We know that it is, but it isn't. And as soon as people understand the paradox, they'll be able to understand things a lot more. I feel like that's one of the basic things. I told Julian, and Gary was there. Julian has had such a profound understanding of the paradox. I'm like, dude, that helps you out so fucking much, Jules. I literally called him to leave a message the other day just to fucking tell him that. Like, you don't understand just the fact, like, I always preach that as the very first, if you're going to get into this stuff, you just need to understand paradox. Because as soon as you get as soon as you do, you can able to process, like you said, it might not be kaleidoscope, not for them, but it opens it up. Like you said, it turns that light on, because then they're all like, oh shit.
Oh, the shitty part of me isn't so shitty.
Oh shit. So I was talking, it was me, Gary, and Jules, and this is when I really knew it fucking happened. I was like, this is fucking awesome. So we were talking, and I don't know if this is what happened. Like, I think Gary might have been saying something. I was like, oh, you can't be labeling things. And then Julian was like, well, aren't you doing the same thing and labeling that? And then I was just all like, yeah, but you need labels. Paradox, baby. And then he was just all because right now it's just like it's good to label this a chair. You know what I'm saying? This is just good. This is good human stuff right here. No, that's a fucking kombucha. Is a TV. You know what I'm saying? So it's like labels are needed. Labels are good. So or they're good at that. But anyway, so like all that stuff that you're saying, dog, it's just you have no idea. You have no idea. You have all the ideas, but you have no idea. God, it's so fucking sick. You understand how hype?
My theory of the Earth.
Oh my God! Please.
I just expounded on this too. She helped me. I feel like the Earth is the mind of an asexual Syrian woman.
Well, at least you know it simply. At least you know it simply.
You know what? And
if you don't know it simply, you don't know it well enough.
I want you to poke a hole in my theory.
I'll be excited to do that.
The world is an asexual Syrian woman, and I'm gonna break this Syrian Muslim woman. And I'm going to break this down in the form of analogy. That's all there is. The world is a wet dream.
But isn't this... Okay.
Alright? Now, hear me out. When we're awake, the world is spinning, right? Spinning, right? Really fast, right? Mm-hmm. We don't even realize it, right? You ever see The Wizard of Oz? Spinning, right? We're spinning. Now, when we're asleep, we're not spinning, right? When we meditate, we're not spinning, right? Right? We're not spinning. Now, when we're asleep, we know nothing about sleep as humans. When we're asleep, what do we know? Our brain activity is much higher than it is when we're awake. So I say all that to say this. We're the Walking Dead. We're zombies, alright? Now, hold that thought. I'm going to break down the mind in the form of an analogy, and I'll get to the countries later. Now, think of nature and think of the mind, alright? The sun. Everybody thinks the sun's the mind. No. The sun is the awareness, okay?
The what?
Awareness.
Awareness.
Yeah. Alright. Now, hear me out. A sunrise, okay? A sun doesn't just come up.
Right.
The sun slowly and gradually rises, right? Now, the human awareness, when you wake up, you're not just aware, you gradually become aware, right? You gradually become aware, right? Right? Now, hear me out, because I'm going to get in my zone, so I'm going to just flow. Now, the sun is up for 16 hours a day. Humans are up for 16 hours a day, right? Now, it's not always sunny outside, and humans aren't always aware. Sometimes the mind is cloudy. Sometimes the world is cloudy. Sometimes it's sunny. And sometimes the mind is clear. Now, Los Angeles. Why is it always sunny here? Because it's the entertainment capital of the world. It's Hollywood. The awareness is always here. Why is it not sunny in fucking Alaska? Because there's nothing there. There's no awareness needed. Now, I'm going to break this analogy now. The weather. What's weather? Weather is emotion. So if somebody cries, if it's raining, that is the mind of God crying. Now, what happens after you cry? You feel better. That's a rainbow. That's the reflection of emotion. Okay? Now, we're going to do this. When you go to sleep, you don't just fall asleep. You don't just fall asleep. You gradually fall asleep. You don't just say sleep. No. It's like a sunset. The sun just sets. It sets. Your eyes set. Now, what happens at night? Okay? Alright? There's people that are still alive on earth. But you dream at night. Now, the sun is down. There's no awareness. Where's the awareness? You're going to answer this because you're smart. It's the moon. The moon's the awareness. Now.
Can I interject just real quick? I was talking to this Ugandan Uber driver, and I've been meeting a lot of foreign people recently, and she was like saying how she didn't have a lot of stuff growing up, but they had like their minds were actually extremely expressive there. And I was like, that's an interesting thing coming from like, you know, and she didn't speak that well English, so she was really like putting it together like so matter of factly, right?
Right. So.
And she was like the best. She was like also the best people come out at night. And I was like, that's an interesting thing to what you're saying, because I'm going to see where it goes.
All right. So now at night, the awareness is the moon, but it's not as vivid as the sun because you're asleep. Because you don't care about the awareness on the earth because you're in the dream state. So that's where those kind of, you never can really have the most vivid DMT dream because you're still a human and you're still alive. Now, I'm going to break this down because I said it's a Muslim woman from Syria. Countries are the mind. I mean, countries are parts of the brain. All right? 9/11. What was 9/11? Okay? 9/11. The United States is the part of the brain that has control over the rest of the brain. Okay? Now, hear me out. Because this is the first time I'm actually doing some of this. All right? So, the United States, 9/11. What was 9/11? New York was the epicenter of the country. It was where the awareness was always. It was the focus was on money. So 9/11 was the representation of the paradigm shift in the mind of this Syrian woman. Hear me out, okay? So instead of the awareness being money and Manhattan, it shifted to Los Angeles, which is why Jay-Z and Beyonce moved from New York to Los Angeles. Now, what is the fucking most crushing thing that is happening in humanity? It's Syria, okay? And I say this is a wet dream from an asexual woman, okay? Because what happens on this earth? Lust, 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 fucking. Like, that's the mind of an asexual woman. That's what she wants to express. But a Muslim woman can't. The Muslim woman is the most suppressed woman on this earth. We are the thought of her. In my theory, we are her thoughts because she cannot express herself. Just imagine the pain of an asexual woman that wants to get fucked, that wants her pussy just played with. This is the dream. This is her dream, yo. And Syria is pain, and she wants to kill it. That's why there's terror attacks. That's why she wants to just destroy Syria. Because that represents the woman's plight and the struggle. Because women are fucking suppressed in Syria. The most suppressed in the world. They're slaves. They're sex slaves. They're subhuman. So how does she free her mind? With a fucking wet dream, yo. Can I drop the mic now?
Keep going.
Poke a hole in it.
No, that's so tight. I'm gonna expand on it. So
Bang.
that's cool. That's really cool. And imagine they have like, so this is her dream. This is an asexual Syrian woman's wet dream.
This is
because that's what
she's an author too. This is written.
Oh, this is written. Oh shit. So this is a manifested dream. This is a very lucid dream, and she's controlling all the shit. But she's controlling on a global level. I'm interested to like see like
I know
what a
the woman
beautiful.
too. I know her. I've been to Egypt. I've been to the Valley of the Kings.
No. So watch this. I'm wondering. Oh, that's. Oh my goodness.
I've been to Egypt.
Oh my god. Oh, I know. Oh.
This is her.
If you were to.
No, this is her.
No.
This is Isis. Isis. Think of that name. This is Isis, man. I know that person. This is her dream. I am so connected to her. It's unbelievable. This is her dream. No, I believe this wholeheartedly.
No. I'm not saying, no, watch the what I'm saying. I'm just interested to see what someone else's dream would be like. Because if we're just living in her dream, I mean, this is not, I mean, it's a high dream. It's entertaining and stuff like this. It's pretty good. I'll give you a high five, sis. But, like, imagine like a person that, like, imagines a different world. And why couldn't we be there if we're part of a dream? Why couldn't we be the ones transmitting it? Why do we have to be in her dream?
But we do. We quantum shift all the
so
time.
So are we in her? But then that would defeat his theory because he says we're in it now.
But I mean, just think of the state of our country. Why the fuck do we care so much about Syria?
No, it's a paradox. All right, we're born into a paradox. As soon as we're born, we die. Right. So all this stuff is extremely paradox. It's like, well, that. It's like because it's all what is. Like beyond all that is even still what the fuck we're talking about.
Right.
Beyond all that, you can make whatever up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you say. We're talking beyond that, and beyond that, and beyond that.
That's dope.
And beyond that. So it's just such a beautiful thing that you have that, especially if, so just, yes, it's true. So that means we're literally living, and you're like experiencing that. And like, the way I think about it is all humans or all people that come to the earth are here to experience something. And what if we're playing in different people's dreams to like, to do that, to experience those things. But you're also experiencing, because you are them, and we're all one. You're also experiencing this in the mind of a 13-year-old Jewish Scandinavian woman that's been sex traded, and she doesn't want a wet dream. She wants fairy tales and happiness because her grandmother. All this shit, all this backstory we play out. But we're in her dream, and so she's all like, "Oh no, let's help the planet. Let's help each other. Let's like not kill each other and stuff." And everybody's like, "It's a pretty good idea. It's a pretty good idea." And it's like, why don't we fucking get into like why don't we do that? That's so cool. We should just do that. We should all just go to that. Because that's what you want to be. That's closer to what you want to feel like all the time. That's why like it's just about fucking fun. Like look at this. Thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases from being shared. If we're just passing that on, that's a paradox in itself. It's giving itself. It's actually, a fire is giving fire. It's not giving a part of the fire. It's giving fire. All it is. Fire, the word, is giving all it is, fire, to another thing, and its flame will not burn dry. It's just giving it. Boom. Just dropping it in. And it don't matter. You can just keep lighting these motherfuckers. That's so real you. The way I fucking found this fucking thing, I was literally walking at Ross and I fucking saw it at the side of my eye. And I was like, I gotta get that. Didn't read it. I was like, whoa. I got your cereal. What's your name? I'm gonna refer to it like that. It's gonna be an inside joke with me. I'm gonna be like, okay, Sonia. I don't know what their names are, but I'll just call it. That's such a white name. But anyway, yeah, Sonia. All right, Sonia, I see I got it. I was just all like, oh Lord. You outdone. So I was talking to Garrett. I told him specifically, like, dog, like I just got this fucking dope ass thing. I wanted to put it in my room, and then it didn't fit, coincidentally. And then Garrett was like, no, it should be out here. And Garrett's smart, so like, oh, you know what's funny today? And Garrett, who was that? I think it's Mark Benson. Do you know who he is? Mark. Oh yeah. Is that his name?
No, his name is Mark. Yeah,
Mark.
New Yorker.
Yeah, and he sits near Nomer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mark Bennett. Okay, so Bennett's are cool people. So it's funny because like he was like, "Oh, are you? What? Do you have an interesting story about him?"
Yeah, he used to manslaughter him.
Oh no! Watch this. Oh, that's so crazy. No, so I'm sitting here. So I'm sitting like eating lunch, right? And then like he's like, "Oh, you're Gary's roommate, right?" Or like he was like he knew me. And I was like, "Yeah, blah blah blah." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, Gary's a good guy." I was like, "What the fuck? Did anybody see that wink?" But that was like what we're talking. Like you got you must have had some fucking awesome connection with this fucking.
He used to sit across from me when we used to sell, and I freaking used to kill it. And we used to like man, we were like me and him were like the best.
Oh
like,
wow!
And he's a smooth New Yorker. Like why don't you talk to him?
Who's this?
This guy named Mark Bennett.
Oh, that's fucking
New York.
Yeah.
Dang.
What did you sell?
Huh?
What did you sell?
We're selling like financial services, and it was just crazy. This guy was really good. Really
That's
good.
that's just it. That was another like
But what-
woke comment or like conscious moment that he had with me that like he never said anything to that, and then like I don't know, just it goes back to we're all connected. I was like talking to my friend about that earlier and just being like,
When you were talking, I realized.
oh shit.
Now, this is what I'm gonna share. Now, I'm holding this football. Now. Now. Now.
That's the moment.
Now. You feel it?
No.
Now. Now. Now.
Like now?
Now.
No.
And now.
Now.
And now. And now.
And now.
Now. Now. Now. Now. Now. Now. Now. Now.
No. No. No.
Now.
No.
Now. 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 No. 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 No.
That's fucking.
Now. 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 Now.
You recorded all that?
Now. Now.
Wow.
Now.
This is such a fun
Now. Now.
fun world we live in. Oh
Can
my
I have a
god.
hug?
Oh yeah, dog. What?
That back and forth was good, man.
Oh man, no, you understand? I could never do this with fucking people.
Shit, me
Oh, my
neither.
God.
And this
I'm
is
sure. I'm sure. Yeah, you probably.
Yo,
you just,
as a-
I don't even know if I'm a terrorist now, bro. The shit you told me, I'm about to be coming for that.
yo, as a
government.
human being, like these are the conversations that I strive for.
This man, this is it. This is it because you're fucking just a brilliant fucking genius. I can't say that enough. I couldn't elaborate on that enough and put more adverbs in front of that. So when you're speaking and saying all this, I'm sure because when I'm speaking and saying all this stuff, you run into a lot of people that they either don't yes it or anything. So like you feel like you have to explain because if we fucking explain it, then we go, all right, now you niggas understand what we're saying. And it's just so awesome to meet someone else like that, but then expand on that
was
too.
dope.
Like we definitely don't. Never got to expand like that ever. Fuck. Oh man, like I said, man.
Yes,
Dang.
man.
That's why I was like, nah, it's happening tonight. I was like, nah, bring them. I was like, nah, like she was like, oh, if it flows right. Then we kept talking because if you talk, you figure out everything. And I was like, no, I can't not have what you're saying. We were just connecting all kind of coincidences. I was had a thought in mind of how she was doing. She was telling me the exact shit. I was like, yeah, nigga. And then fucking, I was just like, this shit has been happening to me, dog. And this shit is over here, and this shit is over here. And this all I'm experiencing it. I'm like, but I know that's fucking because we had our talk and just, oh my fucking god. So it's like, dang man, I don't know. I always get lost
then
in the
I was
sauce,
like-
but.
Dude, you gotta meet these people. Like, today, like, you're a big fucking part of this. And Gary.
I was hoping you were gonna be here, Gary.
Gary.
Because he was gone all day. This motherfucker was gone all day. No, he just got back.
Oh,
He
that's
just
why you
got
were like
back.
perfect timing.
No, he didn't. No, he wasn't in here. It was actually perfect time 'cause I was doing something. I want to make sure I did it right before you guys came. I was just like, all right, fuck it, got it done. Let's go. And I was like, as soon as I set it down, I was just like, perfect.
That's what we did before we came. That's why it took so long. We were like, we have to get this shit done before we leave.
Oh my god. Oh
And,
wow. That's a particular type of synchronicity as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we were doing the same thing because we're all one.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
And then.
Dude, okay, no, so this is what I was gonna tell you about fucking earlier on the other phone call. Remember I called you and I was just like, yo, I need to tell you what happened this weekend.
Yeah, tell me.
So we were at Adrian's house and we have a very big group of friends, like probably for EJ's.
Oh yeah.
So we had a very big group of friends, probably like 20 people, 25 people were there, and like that's probably like if we invite the whole group, it'd probably be like around double that. Yeah, so it's a lot of people, but I always tell people, like, whenever we're together, I'm just like, I fucking love our group. You guys don't understand, because I think anybody connected with me wants to know about this stuff. Right? So literally, this whole group, like, they want to know this stuff. And I was like, man, I can't wait to the point that, like, we're actually all discussing this one, because that's a lot of fucking people to just sit down and talk, and they will talk.
Right.
It's the fucking that's what they do. And so that other coincidence I told you on the phone, she had told me like that her and her ex, they were like brothers, or they were what was it?
Okay, so me and my ex in one of our lives, we were a brother and sister.
And they had thought that. Two of the people that Jackie and Julian, two of them that had the most, we all like, I leveled them up at Coachella. It just so happened to be that I was let them know real. I usually don't get to talk in depth like this. It was a more in depth conversation. And after you hear this shit, what are you gonna be like? Nah. If you were to see the things we saw and the connections that we see, no. And the sooner you start seeing them, the more they start connecting up to you. So like that's what's going on with Julian. Julian's just so lost in thought. He's just like, dog, everything's like connected to me, and it's a whole new fucking world. So I'm just waiting for the moment that fucking all 20 of us are just fucking having this particular type of discussion, because that's powerful shit.
They're scared to grow, man.
Oh yeah, but see, Gary says it like that, but I'm all I get that. It's understandable for their journey. Like that, it's like that. They're still buying us.
There's a lot of people that
they're right by
Yeah,
us.
but no, but there's one person within that group that can change everything. That's Adrian.
Yes.
If Adrian were to be opened up by somebody, the whole group would do it.
Yes.
It's follow the leader over
And
there.
that's
That's
why-
why I broke apart so hard. I broke apart with some people.
And that's
that
why I
are a lot
always
more-
tell, and that's what I've been telling Julian. I'm the new captain of the ship, but they don't know it yet. I'm coming for that. But as soon as I become captain, I'm about to give it to Adrian, because it has to fall on Adrian. Because dude, so Adrian, like, he does well, and like we almost didn't go inside, and like because they wanted to stay out there for Adrian. Like, that's fucking stupid.
Right.
Like, we would just be like, dog, just come. Like, there was a lot of them. Like, his place, he lives by himself. Like, his place is fucking cool. But like his friend that's in the NFL, and like friend that owns the business, and like this other dude, like they're like more well off than him, so he didn't want to like look bad in front of them. Mind you, these 3 people, I'll tell you the story about them. It was like all fucking 18 after over there, and there was 3 people standing over there. And mind you, I'm starting to get closer with Anthony Bennett. I was just all like, oh wow, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, he is on fucking this level, right? Didn't know that. Literally known these like people. How long have we known Anthony Bennett?
Like,
The
5
basketball
years.
player?
5 or 6 years. No, not that Anthony Bennett. but anyway, so like I was like, what are these guys talking about over there? Like, they're not in the energy of this particular group. So I slide up over there. Literally, Nate is finishing. The first words I hear for Nate, like Anthony's like,
Is he a white dude, Nate?
no, he's black. So first thing does, Anthony like kind of like smiles and like hits me on the shoulder, and then Nate was just all like, so basically what I'm saying, guys, love is energy, and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, see, that's why I like talking. That's what I randomly went over, and the universe was just all like, so to sum up all that I just said, no need to hear it all. Here it is, baby. And I'm just all like, oh shit. But like, oh my god. But see, that's also happening within the group, right? So that's like, oh my god.
I understand.
It's crazy because like what has happened to me this year, my whole freaking life basically changed. I got a lot more open as far as one of my really good friends that I worked with was all like, give me $100 and you have the time of your life. I was like, what's about to happen? He took me to my very first rave with like 50,000 people. And the energy is so connected and united. Like, as far as when the music is playing, when the lights are flashing, when you're just like so open as a human to where you can do whatever the hell you want. It was so crazy. I was like, man, the love in the air was just ridiculous. I've been going to festivals for the rest of the year, basically. I've been going with like 3 or 4 already, and it's like, dude, like these people are so open as a masses. We're on the same connection, same level. People are always like saying like, oh, when you go to a rave, you gotta be on drugs. Like, no, if you're sober, the energy alone. Like, what if we put all that energy towards something we really wanted to change and really do? People are just half-assing it with it. They care about it, but they don't care about it enough to really dedicate energy to it.
Absolutely, and all I've been
Because
talking
they're so
about
focused by the system and playing their part in that. And there's not enough time to focus on the real energy when you're in the system.
Bada bing.
So it's just
Which
like,
is
damn.
why you have to
Bada boom.
continue to create experiences like festivals.
Oh no, that's
and like things. In
man,
the
perfect
city.
time. That's why I brought this shit out, man. See, I already planned ahead. Coincidences. This came out at the perfect time. Look what this shit said. Look what this shit says when you at the time. So just mind you, I always tell people it's all about love, but they don't understand that. But then once they see literally all it is, like that, we're not saying like it as a feeling or a concept. This is what they're saying. All beliefs, all color, all races, all stuff. Come here. You are the energy, and it's dusk till dawn. I was thinking that earlier. It starts at 5 p.m. and it ends at 7 a.m. You just are going in the night, in the dream state. I was like, oh, that's fucking sick. That's fucking sick with that theory. I love that theory. God, who comes up with a theory like that? Oh my God.
I'm gonna publish that.
Oh, you should. I'll be like I said, I'll be right there with you, be like, hey,
No, I'm not.
I'll be like, poke a hole in it. That's what I'm saying. Same thing.
I want people to poke a hole in it so I can refine.
Oh no,
it.
well, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'll leave that to them. I'll expand with you. We can talk about more stuff. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely, dog. Oh man.
But you blew my mind. Like, yeah, it's a wet dream. It's an asexual woman's wet dream. What else is this? Somebody else explain it. Like, why do we care so much about cereal? Like, the brain is compartmentalized. And I feel like Africa is the part of the brain that has so many resources that are untapped.
Okay.
And that's the next step.
Oh.
That's the next wave. And I feel like with the Fibonacci sequence and the golden ring and how when we retain
Right.
information, we get smarter at a faster rate.
Right.
So this is what I was telling them. And this is what I think is going to be I want him to jump on this. In 2020, that is a significant number, right? 2020 vision.
Oh.
I believe in intelligent design.
Okay.
And I believe that intelligent design comes from Japan. Because my girlfriend's from Japan, and I did my genealogy, and I have 0.00001% Japanese. And I've been to Tokyo, Japan. I have no idea why, but I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I say I like to say this. In 2020, which is a weird vision, 2020
Sure.
vision,
Sure.
the Olympic Games are in Tokyo.
Oh, that's.
I just feel like that's weird because you've heard my. Did I ever tell you ever? Are you familiar with the game Super Mario Brothers 2?
Yeah.
That's life. I'm gonna explain it to you.
Oh.
I take my shoes off.
Alright, go ahead. Alright.
You remember the game, right? How does the game start? It's a play.
It is a play.
All right, now when the game starts, you're dropped, right?
Right.
Do you remember the game?
No, I
I
vaguely
fucking
remember.
Oh, how old are you?
25.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so this is what happens. You're dropped in the dark. That represents the womb. You can die in the womb. Remember the game, right? There's shit there, right? So you can die in the womb. But you don't, if you make it to the bottom, you walk through a door. And what's in the door? It's the light.
Right.
Now, well, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna knock this one out.
Damn.
I've been to the Tokyo Dome, alright?
That's crazy.
So this is what happens in the game. It's easy in the beginning. It's sunny, it's bright. This is what happens. In life, in the game, if you get hurt, what happens? Those little hearts come up. So love heals in the game. There's no time in the game, right? There's no time in Super Mario Brothers 2. There's time in every other Super Mario Brothers game. Now, the game is plant-based, right? So how do you heal? Mushrooms,
Right.
plants, right? Now, the game is played indoors. Now, there's the light and then there's the dark, right? There's the light and the dark. So, in every battle, you fight pretty much in the dark. As the game goes on, it gets harder. Now, in the game, what else are there? There's horns. Now, the horns can get you into trouble. So there's times where, let me get this horn. But then there's other times you got to do this. To get the horn, right? That would be ass. And that's life. You know, sometimes let me get this one horn. That's really all I need. But I'm going to exert all this energy, like, for this horn, and I'm going to kill myself. Alright? So, long story short, you go through the whole game, right? You remember the game. And you beat the game. It's the ugly big boss that you beat in the dark, right? So what happens after... Alright, matter of fact, I'm going too fast. There's 4 people that you can pick in the game. What are those people called? They're called characters.
Yeah.
Character. Your character changes in life. Now, Mario.
Oh man, dude. Okay, go ahead.
Hear me out.
You're going to hear something else.
Yeah. Hear me out. Now, the princess can fly, but the princess can't jump. The princess can't jump like Luigi. Luigi can jump, but he can't run as fast as Toadstool. Mario can do a little bit of everything. Okay? Now, hear this out. When you beat the game, what happens? There's this you beat the biggest fear. You beat fear. You beat it. And what happens? What happens at the end of the game? He's dreaming, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. hear me out. Please hear me out, because I'm gonna kill it right now. He's dreaming at the end of the game. But even beyond that, what happens, and this is the dopest part, and this is why I believe in this. When you beat the game in Super Mario Bros. 2, after the credits, the game restarts. And what happens when the game restarts? What happens? You have the fucking power. You have all of it. You can jump higher. You can run fast. And you don't, like, that's my life now. I have no fear. Once I beat the game of fear, and I beat the game of time. I beat it. I have none. I have no fear. So the paradigm shift happens. I get to start the game over. I get to go back to when I was 3 years old. And I get to play it again. And you know what? I'm jumping. Give me the ball. Give me that shit. Give me that. Watch that. I can do that with basketball. I can even do this shit with football. I'm weird as fuck. Yo, give me 3 balls. I'll juggle them. I can do anything, you know. But I say all that to say this. If you beat the game of fear and you beat the game of time, you get to play the game again in life. And then you get to really finesse it.
Yeah.
You can finesse it now.
Yeah, alright, yeah. Oh my gosh.
You can finesse it.
So again, it's just so beautiful what you're saying. It just confirms everything that I've fucking been thinking about, talking about, reading about. So like, one of the quotes that I don't know if I live by, but it's interesting that it comes up now because I haven't been able to apply to anything. And usually I usually apply them pretty quick after I read them for some reason. It was like anything, all of existence can be explained by looking at anything on Earth. It can even be looked at, and it was like it could even be examined by a grain of sand. A grain of sand is small, but it's still on some atoms. So it's below that, you can still examine that. And so you're saying something. So on a bigger scale, you're talking about this particular thing, and that's why I don't have any like. It's just so beautiful that, like I said, your mind, the way it's working, and how you're examining literally these things, Super Mario 2, and being like, look at this is life, and it's like breaking that down. And so to connect to that, and I've been watching this guy on YouTube who like plays video games, and like, dude just seems like, you might think this motherfucker's like retarded almost, but like he's fucking hilarious to me. And I even showed Naila, one of our very conscious friends. I was like, yo, this dude's like mad. I showed him a random video, and I was like, do you see it? Do you feel it? And it's funny you say that because he has his like game. He has like the top 10 games of 2014, 2015. He'll go through them, but it's just games he played, right? So it's not necessarily the year. It'll be this, that, maybe like in number 1. Super Mario Brothers 2, baby! Super Mario Brothers 2! Super Mario Brothers 2, baby! So I was like, so for you to go on this, you being the incredible person you are, to go on this tangent about Super Mario Brothers 2 and him it always wins. Super Mario 2 Brothers wins in every year. It's Super Mario Brothers 2.
Oh, can I really kill it? Can I really kill it? Really kill it?
That's all I asked for you to do.
Wait, you ever Super Mario Brothers 2 made, Aaron?
Wait. Didn't Big Crit say that in his album, like 88? Didn't he say that?
What?
I don't know. But that's my number, the 8, yeah.
My life number's an 8 as well. I was just getting into numerology.
Yeah.
So wait, so you're saying that in my life number? Okay, you see like what I'm saying? But oh my God, man, it's so cool to talk about this stuff. Like, especially because I am literally, like I said before, I'm going to bank everything in detail you have in here so I can prescribe you as another expression of you to other yous who are me and you and you. Fuck yeah, that's fucking cool. Man, I told you, Gary. Dang, I told you.
Yo, he's right. Yo,
I told you.
He just blew my mind right now. I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yo, I told you, dog. I've been telling people recently more and more that I'm a motherfucking god. But we all are. People think I'm just saying that, but we all are.
He's right, yo.
But you are doing that to me, and that, like you said, is God. So that's
saw
all.
him,
You gotta claim that shit. Gary saw it in action at fucking Coachella. Got up and I